Hey guys, I'm back and I'm gonna go through my first draft and I've already pre-selected my team, but I'm going to go through all the players and selection one by one. Actually, I'm gonna show you two of the teams I have selected. Just so you know, this is not my final team and it will definitely have changes before the game week starts. And if I make a new video related to the draft, it will be linked in the description. So let's start with it. Two players that I had to go with were Salah and Sterling. There's no doubt Salah will start every game, and with his penalty duties, he will even have more threat. But Sterling is always a rotation risk. I think once Champions League kicks off, Sterling will definitely be a rotation risk. But for now, with the given fixtures, he is reasonable choice, or you might just opt for Aguero. There is no way I can afford both Sterling and Aguero alongside Salah, so I had to drop Aguero off. And my other obvious pick is Robertson. After the season he had, and I think he will have a similar season or even better one. And I don't think his selection needs to be justified with the fixtures provided for Liverpool. And now my main problem was to either go for Van Dijk, Alisson, or Trent, and they all have their own benefits when you pick them. But Trent, you know that Trent can provide with a lot of clean sheet, and he takes free kicks. And as a fullback, there are always a bunch of assists coming in from him. But my concern is his rotation with Gomez. Now, Gomez is capable of playing a center back as well as a right back, and that happened a lot last season when Klopp had to go full defensive mode. So it will really be interesting to see if he starts alongside Van Dijk or stays in the bench. And there is no competition for Van Dijk unless he's injured. So it might be Lovren alongside Van Dijk. But after the season that Trent had, I see it difficult for him to not start. But I think Gomez is too good to be on the bench, and so we'll see how that prevails. And about Alisson, I just did not want to pay that much of money for a keeper, and I feel like if I can wait a few game weeks, some cheaper but capable players will show up. We have De Gea, Kepa, Loris, and even Leno for 5 million, and there are very capable players, but we just need to see if United and Arsenal improve their defense. Talking about United's defense, Wan-Bissaka, Shaw might just be the players we are looking for, but we'll have to wait and watch how they perform. I just don't trust Manchester City and United players because United are just like all over the place right now, and City has such a depth in their team, and except for Edison, I just don't know who will be in the first 11 for sure. There are just so many players who can be in the starting 11. So for now, Edison is the one. Now enough about that. And after these short picks, I look for teams which with easier fixtures and reasonable budget. Two teams caught my eye, and Everton and Bournemouth are those two teams. And now everyone seems to be picking Lucas Digne, and he did have an awesome season, but I just don't trust their defense. Picking Pickford in the beginning of the season last time out is still my biggest regret because I thought he was England's number one and gave him a little push, but that did not work out, and I'm not making that mistake again. But now Yerry Mina and Digne have added some defensive prowess to their team, and the conditions might just change. And but I still would wait on Everton's defense. But Everton's Richarlison and Sigurdsson seem to have caught a lot of attention, and there is this dilemma to either go for Sigurdsson or Richarlison. What if I go for both of them? Because since there's no Baines, Sigurdsson might just have the penalty duties, and since Richarlison played majority of the season as center forward, I think that will continue. And even if he doesn't play as center forward, he will definitely be in that starting 11. And now there might be a lot of people who might disagree, so just chill out. I have few other options who might just be even more reliable as season goes on. And my first option is Of course, Bernardo Silva, but that's on your own risk. The rotation of Pep and his Bernardo Silva's role might be the cause for not picking him, because he sometimes plays very deep, and so Silva is an option, but still he is a risk. And another options are Willian, Alexis Sanchez, and Fraser. Since Hazard is off to Madrid, and there needs to be someone to take responsibilities, and I think since now there is no Hazard, Chelsea will be less dependent on a single player. And but I think penalty duties might just fall to Willian, and he already takes free kicks, and we know he can hit them, so he might be a choice. And Sanchez is still a risk, but if he starts and plays up to expectation, 7.04 Sanchez is ridiculously great bargain. And another player who can replace Richarlison and Sigurdsson is Fraser. After his performance last year and beginning fixtures this year, he seems to be an easy pick. And but I don't know if I want to spend 7.5 million on him just yet. And talking about Bournemouth's fixtures, my other two picks are King and Ake. The thing is, this price difference between King and Wilson, it's a lot, I think. I mean, they both had a great partnership last season, and I feel like it will continue this season too. But I'm not bothered at all to go for King for 6.5 million with the fixtures given in hand to Bournemouth and the season he had last time out. Wilson might have the penalty duties, but as I said, he's just as King is just as capable. So we will see how it pans out. Now you can double up on King and Wilson too, rather than Richarlison and Sigurdsson, or both, or neither, and it will save you the money too if you go for Wilson and King rather for Richarlison and Sigurdsson. So I might just go for King and Wilson, and I'm just confused right now. Please, I'd like to know if you would suggest me to go for Richarlison and Sigurdsson or King and Wilson. Now, after all this, I had to go for some budget players. Ederson and Alisson is a great pick, and I know, but if I go for one of them, I want to have enough. I won't have enough money for remaining positions, and for a budget goalkeeper, I went for Ryan. Tremendous season last time, and great fixtures in the beginning of the season, so why not? And another keeper is Button, and that's for no reason. Absolutely no reason. There always seems to be one goalkeeper which is more selected with the low budget, and I searched for that, and it was Button this year. So yeah, my second choice is Button. Now my forward line might definitely change in upcoming days, but for now it's Giroud, Murray, and King. I know this might not be the ideal attacking line, but to manage the budget and balance the team, I had to do it. So I've made my other team selection, just playing around, and I bought in Wilson for Giroud, took out Van Dijk, and brought in Willian and Dunk. And there are a bunch of players that I did not mention or talk about, but still are great options like Arnautovic, Felipe Anderson, and the Spurs players, a bunch of Spurs players, and I mean I forgot about Loris Mora maybe, and of course Eriksen. One man you can count on is Eriksen for Spurs, but the price for Eriksen is just not able for me right now, and so I left. Now I have left my league codes below in the description and HonestFPL Instagram. I post all my final teams and last moment changes in my team on my Instagram account. You can follow up, and because I don't think it's plausible to make video for every little change in the team. And yeah, so there are my two teams, and which team do you think is reliable, and do suggest if I should double up on Richarlison and Sigurdsson, or Wilson and King, or neither, and is Willian a better option, or Giroud? uh, would be more than happy to hear what you have to say. So yeah, until next time, bye.